My name is Dillon. I graduated in 2014 and I was the captain of the girls soccer and girls basketball teams. I think in general, just being like a leader and, a senior of such fun, like cohesive teams, I think that's hard to find, especially in high school because people don't always get along, but I feel like at Nobles, everyone was so close and so tight knit that it was just honestly like it was easy being a captain because everyone got along so well. And I have so many like fond memories of just hanging out with the team, even off the court, off the field. Traditions were probably the biggest. Like when I look back on my Nobles experience playing sports, I think of all my traditions because there was so many. For soccer, we would do it's called a secret psych where we would each have someone that we would secretly give presents to on game days. We would have team dress. For example, we would wear one was called all black with a splash, so we would wear all black and then a splash of color. And we would sing Defying Gravity from Wicked on the bus before every game, and we would have special like win songs on the way home. For basketball, everything was a tradition. I feel like every part of practice and every part of a game was like very calculated. One of them was singing You Raise Me Up before game days, at the end of practice, just like dancing around in the gym. And another one was playing this game called Remote where we would all be in a room and we would spin this remote and basically try not to look at each other. It seems silly, but in the moment, they really just like relax us and get us in the mode to play the games. In terms of teachers and coaches, Alex Gallagher and Amy Joyce were my basketball and soccer coaches, and I would say far and away they were my biggest mentors and still are. I still talk to both of them all of the time. They help me out with so many things. But starting from freshman year, they were the reason that I came to Nobles. They made me feel so welcome and so loved from the second I stepped on campus. For captains, honestly, there's so many I can think of, but the ones that pop into my mind are Chelsea Landon, who was a senior when I was a freshman on the soccer team, and I just remember she just had really just nailed the balance of like being fun and being inclusive, but at the same time she was this like fierce leader who I really looked up to and on and off the field. For basketball, I would say Riley Foote and Nora Kelly. They were both seniors when I was a freshman too, and at that point the basketball team wasn't as crazy good as it is now, and it was just kind of like a lot of girls who really cared about sports, not necessarily basketball in general, but just really loved playing, and they really set that tone. Neither of them ended up playing basketball in college really, but they just loved the game and loved our team, and they gave it 100% every single day. I feel like always one of the biggest challenges is trying to include these incoming, probably intimidated freshmen as much as possible, and there can be, since it's like a 4-year gap, it can be hard to bridge that. But I think that was always like a struggle we had, just because I feel like a freshman is so much different than a senior, and it can be really intimidating as freshmen coming in, I remember, and that's what the captains before me did a really good job of. So I feel like that's always like one of the biggest challenges. In high school, I was more of a leader by example. I would think I depended on like what I was doing on the field, just by my actions, and I don't know that I had as big of a vocal role as I've developed here at Tufts. So I definitely wish I was more vocal and like almost like stern as a captain. I feel like I was almost like the goofier one, like trying to lighten the mood, but as I got older, I realized that a captain needs to be like strong and sometimes like be the bad guy, and I feel like I've developed that at Tufts, hopefully not too much, but yeah, I think like I keep talking about, there's a real balance of being a leader, and it's a tough one to find. I hopefully have found it, but Nobles helped me realize what I need to get better at going into college. Honestly, just relish the moment. It's an awesome experience. It's one like no other. Maybe you'll be a captain in college, maybe not, but it's different regardless, and I would just soak it up and give it everything you have because it's a one-of-a-kind, incredible experience.